Hey y'all, so today I am going to try this acrylic pouring technique. I am using a 16 by 20 stretch canvas, and the reason it looks like something is underneath this white layer is because I tried to do a fun creative activity with my daughter and it did not turn out as planned. So instead of me not doing anything with the canvas, I covered it with gesso, but you will never notice it after this project is over. I am going to use two different acrylic paint for this project, and get ready because you will need to use a good amount of paint if you plan on having a canvas as big as the one that I have. Now, I will say that I used a little more paint than I probably needed for certain colors, but I rather had too much paint and possibly create two pieces of artwork than not enough. So I am starting out with pouring white acrylic liquid onto this canvas. And the reason why it is so loose is because I added water to it. And what I am doing right now is kind of just twirling the canvas around to spread that white liquid paint over the entire canvas. And forgive me because I did not create a recipe as to how much water and paint I use. I did as the old folks would do back in the day. When you cooking, you figure out you added too much salt after you done tasted it, right? So that's basically what I did. I realized when I added too much water because of the consistency of the liquid paint, and I did that with my silver, and you are definitely going to be able to notice it because it's not thick enough to hold up against those other colors that I am going to use. I will be making more of these acrylic pouring paintings because I love the way they look, and I would try to figure out how much water and paint I needed for this canvas. But sometimes the best way to figure some projects out is through trial and error. I will tell you that 8 ounces of water for this canvas is way too much water. You just want your paint to be loose enough to pour it and work with it. You don't want a big old mess. So as I'm twirling this canvas around, trying to cover the entire surface of the canvas, let me share with you the colors I'm working with. So I'm using grass green, cobalt blue, titanium white, and silver. Those colors are by Master's Touch. The gold that I am using is by Liquitex. So for the liquid acrylic, the grass green, cobalt blue, and titanium white, I believe I purchased those from either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I can't remember. But you can also even try Amazon. So again, I have not been going into the stores that much. So I'm almost whatever store I purchased these from, I definitely bought them online. So for this project, I am using gloves. I have gloves on my hand only because of how messy this project can get. And of course, you see the paper that is underneath, or the plastic that's underneath. It is like four trash bags. So I did not have any plastic to cover my table. So instead of focusing on what I didn't have, I focused on what I had, used my trash bags, and kept the party going. The idea I had in mind for this painting was to create a marble-like look. But because I'm still new to this pouring technique, listen, I know that it can take a turn for probably the worst. And if I did not know how to recover this painting, trust me, I'll cover this bad boy up and keep it pushing on to the next project. I am using this dryer to help create the marble look and helping the colors to disperse outward. This dryer is a painting lifesaver. This is not my first attempt to create this type of painting. My first time creating this type of painting, I simply tried twirling the canvas around in circles, and I can't remember what happened, but it did not turn out right. Plus, I did not know anything about the dryer allowing me the opportunity to pivot. So you can also do the same thing. If you're painting, if you're trying like the little twirling the canvas around in circles technique, and that's not giving you the desired outcome you want, always make sure you have a dryer handy or some straws, because you can even, if you don't have a dryer, try to use some straws. Now, it may not be able to have that same effect because usually a dryer covers a lot more area than just you blowing into a straw, but use anything that you have available. Now I'm going to pour a straight line of the cobalt blue starting from one side going to the other. And one of the good things about when I use this dryer on the titanium white is that now it's a bit stiff. So the blue doesn't blend in as much with the white. And the next color I'm pouring is the green. And then I'm going to go over the green with the gold. So my final two colors are the gold that I'm pouring now, and I'm going to go on top of that with the silver. And the silver, I definitely know once I added, because I added the water first and then the paint, I realized that I had way too much water for this silver. When I first started using the dryer, I thought I saw a leaf. The middle where this gold is creating a line, I felt like was the spine of the leaf. And I was going to use the straw to create the veins. But as I continued using this straw method, I felt like I started losing the vision for that leaf. It almost kind of looks like a feather. It could be a feather as well. But anyway, I switched back to my original idea of creating this marble type painting. Now I'm going back to the dryer, spreading the colors to make the marble look. To me, these colors have completely wiped out this silver already, just because the pigment was not strong enough to hold up against these other strong colors. Now, I believe one of the things that I could have done was add more silver, but because I was not working with a lot of silver paint to begin with, I was unable to add more silver. But what I could have done is not add as much water, and that probably would have made the pigment a little bit stronger, so it was not so runny when it was kind of up against these other colors. But a little bit, like I can see some of that silver, but I feel like it could have been a little bit stronger. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going back adding so much of the gold, because I feel like the gold is, kind of being overpowered by the blue and the green. And in this section, I've added a little bit more blue because I want more of the blue to stand out in those areas. Now, at this point, I kind of feel like I'm not seeing that marble look that I'm trying to achieve, but I'm going to continue to work with this painting. So now I'm going back, adding the gold in certain areas where I feel like it needs more representation. All right, so now I feel like adding that gold allows more representation in those areas. However, I still don't feel like I got the marble look that I was going for, but it's definitely a lot better than my first try. So anyway, if you all like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and make sure to hit the bell for notifications of when we release our videos. Until next time, bye.